Hi everyone, my name's Mark and today I wanted to talk about tiling. Little bathroom tiles. I tend to enjoy more installing smaller tiles than the whacking great big ones that's kind of trendy. I quite enjoy laying this out. So I've already done some. This is my new shower in my garden room. So I've already started it. So I'm doing a combination of a dark blue and then this is like a cream. So these tiles are like the brick tiles. They've got like a bit of a bevel edge. They're high gloss and I think they look really nice once they've tiled. This hasn't been grouted yet. This has just been stuck to the wall. And I'm tiling straight onto boarding. So these boards are these OSB boards. They've been sealed, they've been waterproofed. Concentrate on the joint areas when you come to tiling. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, and I don't know, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree. You need to use a shower kit, which is like, I think a fiberglass kind of sheeting that you stick to the walls and then you do all this stuff. And they probably do it more in America than they do in this country. I mean, I've been around a lot of years and I rarely see it, but probably more in wet rooms, you know, where you've got large sort of wet areas, they tend to do that. They do this sheeting and then they glue it and stick it and then they tile on top of that. I haven't done that and I'm pretty confident this method works. I've been doing it for years. Again, you know, I'm quite comfortable tiling onto plasterboard as well, which is probably, you know, recommended. Probably if you're going to use plasterboard, go for a cement board. Again, that has more resistance to water. If it does sort of get through your grout, then it will hold it back and cause less damage. So anyway, so I'm using two types of tiles. They're quite cheap to buy and they look really good. And I've used them on a number of jobs and properties. So I've got like a cream version and I've got like a dark blue. So that's like an accent wall. So I'm going to do one there and then a blue behind the toilet. So that's the wall tiles. Also I'm tiling the floor, which is always quite nice to do. And we've got this nice pattern blue tile, quite thick 10mm tile. So I'm going to waterproof the floor and then adhesive and stick these down. So you'll see later. So I just wanted to quickly talk about it. A couple of tools that you're probably going to be handy to use. These are like squeegees. So this is more for floor and for big surfaces. This is like a paddle, and it's got like a soft touch to the bottom. And then you've got this kind of flexible squeegee, you know, to get the old grout into the joint. So always good to have them. But equally, you can use a sponge. I mean, years ago, you know, when I didn't have these, or you have a small job, you know, you can put grout on with just a plain sponge, rub it in. Another bit of a tip: always have a second. You know, probably best to have a warm bucket of clean water always when you're tiling. So always keep hold of one of them, separate to everything else, because it's always good to wipe down before it dries off, because once it dries it gets a lot harder, as I'm sure a lot of you know. So that's what I'm doing. Again, basic tools, you know, pair of wide pliers, you know, for snipping. Level, obviously, is the most important thing, making sure your tiles are level. And adhesive. What I tend to use is you have to mix it yourself. This is this type of rapid adhesive. So you just mix it in a bucket and it's quite quick setting. So again, mix the amount that you can use within the time, because this does go off, and especially the warmer it gets, the faster this goes off. So you don't have a lot of working time. So just mix small amounts, unless you're really good and really quick, then hey, go for it. Also, I use again this brand of Mappy. So this is adhesive, grout. This is coloured grout. So I use this to do the grouting. Again, it's probably classed as a professional, but you know, it's readily available and it's good stuff. You know, good quality materials sure do help do a nice job. So yeah, so use that as an adhesive. I wouldn't recommend using a ready mix. It's not always the best. It probably takes longer to go off. Whereas this is quite rapid, and then you know it's less movage on your tiles. So yeah, and then mix up some of this stuff for your grouting. Again, Again, another top tip. Again, I don't have particularly fancy tools. They're just basic, simple tools because I don't do it every day and it's just occasional tiling jobs. So I've got like a small tile cutter. I have got an angle grinder to do the tricky parts, you know, if I'm doing kitchens around sockets and awkward places, but there isn't too much tricky bits to cut on here, so I think I'm going to be alright on this one. So yeah, so it's basically just to kind of show you what I do to tile it. So this is a basic flat board. If you can work off the flattest surface possible, then that helps. You know, I don't tend to use these new levelers that they use for tiling. I have got loads, but for these smaller tiles, it doesn't really matter to use them, because you know, you use them in the joint and then you can squeeze wedges in them and it kind of levels it all up. Well, if you're starting off with a nice flat board, new boarding, then you're pretty much set and you'll be okay. So that's what I'm doing. So I've prepped the walls, PVA, you know, I've always got a bucket of PVA mixed up. That's always good. Make sure you give it a good PVA, let it dry before you start tiling, and then just whack away. I tend to use, when I'm starting, obviously the important thing is when you're tiling, mark out where you're going to do your cuts, because it's important. So like if you've got a wall behind me, start with the centre point and then work your way out. So keeping your cuts at each end even. There's nothing worse than getting to one side and thinking I'm going to use a full tile this side, getting to the other side and you've got a sliver like that of tile. It just becomes a nightmare. So my recommendation is, it's like when you do round a window, centre the window and then work your way outwards. That's my tip for when you're tiling. So yeah, and then you can work out roughly, you have 2 even cuts each side when you meet the walls. So on this one, you've got half tile here and then half tile the other side. So yeah, just have a think about it before you just start laying them on. Have a good think, mark out your wall first, measure, you know, they always say measure twice, cut once. So yeah, that's a good tip for me. Also, I tend to use battening on the bottom, so I've done it quite low down, so I run a batten all the way round and it just keeps my levels all the same. I mean, you can use laser levels and all of that, which is fine, you know, if you're used to using them, but yeah, so I put a solid fixed batten on the bottom and then I start my first tile. I tend to start about 1 tile up, so I work out what the tile is at the bottom and then I put my batten just above that and then start working upwards, and it tends to be the best way. And then when I've finished the top bits, I come back, take the bottom battening off, and then I just put my 1 row of tiles and then it looks fine, you don't have any issues. So I'm going to crack on. I'm going to tile this bathroom. As I said, this has got like, I think it's about 1.2 metres all the way round. Obviously I'm tiling to the ceiling on the shower area and then tiling up to about 1.2 around the rest of it and around the toilet. So you'll see, it's a bit tricky, me filming. I don't tend to do filming inside. You know, again, I'm still new to this YouTube stuff and kind of explaining every bit of detail because it just kind of slows you down, and I'm on my own and I just want to get on. But working in a small confined space becomes a nightmare if you're tripping over a tripod or you're trying to film. So I'll try and film as much as I can and show you, but you'll definitely see what it looks like in the end. But at the minute, it's in its raw state, and I'm going to crack on and get this tiled and then move on to the next job. Right, thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Cheers.
Tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away.
Hi peeps, as promised, I'm going to show you what the shower room looks like now. Now it's all done. Right, here we go. Let's go inside. So there's the shower. As you can see, let's open her up. So we've got the electric power shower. We've got a nice little shelf around there. Do you like the funky wallpaper? Well, here it is in its full glory. And there you go, there's the other side. Toilet's in, sink's in. There's my floor. Quite nice, excuse the power lead. I'm still waiting for the electric board to connect it up, so I'm running the cable for the odd little bits. We've got my towel rail, my electric heated towel rail, and then above I've got a little electric fan blower, you know, just in case when you come out the shower. But yeah, what do you think? Looking good.